Hello everyone, my Chinese name is Taishan Bu. My English name is Peter. My student number is 1806485. Today I will talk about critical reflexivity in higher education environments. First part is about what is reflexivity and critical reflexivity. In presenting different meaning of the concept of reflexivity, Cruz et al. 2007 separated them into three categories that they described as variations. The first variation regards reflexivity as an individual's considerate response to an immediate context and making choices for further direction. This variation is concerned with the ability to individuals to process information and create knowledge to guide life choices, and has implications for both the role of social workers and the relationships between social workers and the clients. The second variation defines reflexivity as an individual's self-critical approach that questions how knowledge is generated and further how relations of power operate in this process. The third variation is concerned with the part that emotions play in social work practice. These different variations of the meaning of the reflexivity have been identified, each of which has a possible different consequence for social work education, theory, and practice. Critical reflexivity is a subjective understanding of reality as a basis for thinking more critical about the impact of our assumptions, values, and actions on others. Cunliffe, 2004. Critical reflexivity is questioning what we and others might be taking for granted, what has been said and not said, and examine the impact this has or might have. Cunliffe, 2016. Critical reflexivity enables us to examine the potentially unintended ethical consequences of institutional policies and practice, as in the PPI example. While self-reflexivity draws attention to interpersonal ethics and our relationships with others. Cunliffe, 2014. A critical reflexivity researcher questions the assumptions underpinning knowledge claims and how they influence research design, research practice, theory generation, and how we write our research accounts. Cunliffe, 2011. A self-reflexive researcher examines the nature of his relationships with research participants, how our presence influence and or change people and practices, and how their presence influence us, intentionally or others. Cunliffe and Karilaki, 2013. Reflective research can reveal complexity and richer disciplines. Two challenges. Challenge 1. Koskin and Wubos, 1995, stating that reflection is a concept simply too big, too vague, and too general for everyday application. Reflection is an abstract construct, and the teacher's capacity to reflect is embedded in values, assumptions, and expectations. We can identify two means to meet this challenge: constant support from a specialist and facilitators, and providing tools to assess teachers' level of reflective practice. Stingu, 2012. Challenge 2. Brockbank and McGill, 1998, warned that the overuse of self-reflection may result in people being seduced by their own stories and beliefs, and therefore are not able to critically analyze their assumptions. This can be a substantial issue, and it can lead to the situation in which teachers pay more attention to the outcomes of reflection rather than to the process itself. Marcos, et al. 2009. One way to meet the challenge is by constantly assessing both the needs and the learning styles of the teachers, which might fit this kind of approach. Summary: when taking in consideration useless practice in teacher education and development, we have to analyze the social context and organizational culture of the school in which it will take place. This is why we propose that reflexive practice should be viewed as a situated practice enabled by teachers participating in diverse school contexts. It is necessary for those to be taken in consideration because certain contexts may be too conducive for reflection to take place. For example, it may be very difficult for a teacher to engage in critical reflection if the school management is one of control rather than a permissive environment. Thank you for listening.